Working. We got Andrew Ettinger going here. Let's see if the sound is working.
Yeah.
We got Andrew. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglosh for the WDMA. We're going to talk a lot about direct mail today. I think you're going to like it. But first, let's listen to Andrew Ettinger about the low-hanging fruit that you can reach with mail.
About radius mailers, install mailers. If you're not doing them, even if you don't believe in direct mail, you're a fool of a kook. Think about it. You do a job at someone's home. All the neighborhoods are built around the same time. You mail 75 homes to the left, 75 homes to the right. What do you get? Personalized mailers that say, hey, John, we just did a job in your neighborhood. They've seen your truck. They see your yard sign, and now they get this mailer. Your neighbor has just put a lawn sign down that vouches for your services. All built at the same time, all having the same problems. It's the lowest hanging fruit that you can possibly find for direct mail for any type of marketing whatsoever. Even if you're in a lower service industry, let's say you're a lawnmower. How much more efficient is it to be able to have 3 jobs on one block than to have 1 job on a block and then have to drive 10 miles to the next block? Let's be efficient. Let's think. Come on, guys. The install mailers, radius mailers. Don't believe in direct mail, but don't pass up what works.
Okay, how has direct mail impacted your business? You know what I like about Andrew is he's actually tapping into the digital budgets that are going to waste. One of the things that he did to start with was to say, when he was talking to people about, they're saying my marketing isn't working that well, and they were like a HVAC contractor and you're fixing furnaces and stuff. And he'd say, well, pull out your phone, type HVAC near me or furnace repair near me, and see what comes up. And what comes up is Angie's List and a bunch of other web advertising services that everybody's joined in on. And he said nobody's selling direct to the consumer anymore. Nobody's even got their name up. The consumer never sees the brand. They're just thinking furnace repair, but it's a huge expense and you have to trust the person that's doing it, right? So Andrew's tapping in and getting some of that budget, and that's why I always enjoy talking about Andrew, and thanks for posting that on LinkedIn yesterday. I saw it this morning, so there we go. Okay, now let's go over here to the PDF and see. Here's a one that you probably didn't see. Pat the Printer. Okay, this is a book about printing, and it was written by a printer. And it's a children's book. I think it's available. This is from the UK. So there's the Queen, and it's about printing up stuff to remember the Queen by. But it's a full color book. I'm not sure if it's available on Amazon, but I'm guessing that you can find it. If there's a will, there's a way. And what a great Christmas gift if you're in the printing industry, to show people, especially your kids, what you do, right? Like, what do? I don't know. I never could explain it to my kids. I couldn't explain it to my wife or my clients. So anyway, the article will be available. It's on Print Week, which, as I said, is a UK publication about the printing industry in the UK. But I think it would be applicable. There's a guillotine operator. There's a proofreader. There's a press operator, and it talks about how printing is produced. And so wonderful, wonderful, wonderful attempt here. Let's support that. Okay, here's a really, it's a kind of, it's a sort of interesting, so I don't know how to put it. I looked up Abby Miller. She's the editor, it says, of DM News. And I used to be a columnist for DM News long ago, until they edited one of my articles to the point of being silly. And they also issued a subpoena for my arrest. Adrian, the owner, I called him up. I said, "Hey, what's this? I got a subpoena from the state of New York." And he said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, true. It's right here in my hand." And he said, "Oh man." He said, I went down to accounting a couple of weeks ago and I said, we got to do something about some of these past due accounts. And I said, well, I wasn't even past due. I had exchanged those ads for writing the columns. And he said, yeah, I know. Well, anyway, they straightened it out. But so I'm one of the few columnists that have been threatened with arrest for writing about direct mail. But it could happen again. You never know. So anyway, I don't know, Abby. If anyone does, I couldn't find her on LinkedIn. There's a picture at DM News, but not a real bio or anything. So I don't know how Abby knows all this, but it's a pretty well written article. So anyway, direct mail remains a potent tool in the digital age, and it's got a lot of the same sort of thing that everybody talks about. But then she talks with Taradell CEO Jim Fitzgerald, and there's a link to Taradell. Let's see if I can get this to work. If I can, it'll be something. Let's see. That doesn't look like it's working, but I can't. Oh, maybe I have to go like, no. Darn it. Let's see if I can link it over there. There it is. Okay, so here's the website, their website, Taradell, and what they showed was kind of neat. They showed a picture. Now, where did it go? They showed a picture of the mailer and a Facebook ad integration. So you've got your mailer, you've got your Facebook, and you've got something from Google. I don't know what, Google Ad Network, banner ad Google, maybe that's what it is. Google Ad Network. Anyway, claims a 300% sales increase, so that's something. Anyway, so this article does a pretty nice job of explaining how you can integrate your mail and your digital and dramatically increase the results. It says here, this is good from Jim. Direct mail is the only truly invasive medium. Someone in the target household has to touch and look at the direct mail marketing piece. And I would go 2 steps beyond that. It's not just someone in the household. It's the decision maker in the household, because you don't let your kids decide what mail to throw away. You certainly don't. We never did. And mostly my wife. Most of it was for my wife, and so mostly she was the decision maker. I might pick it up at the mailbox, but she would look at it. So let's elevate that. It goes to a decision maker. Okay? Then you have to make a decision. And that's something that other advertising doesn't give. You don't have to make a decision with outdoor. You're driving along the highway and shoop, right by. Okay? You don't have to make a decision with the ads that pop up on your screen on your browser. You don't have to make a decision on the commercials that come on during the ball game. Or if you do make a decision, it's probably to go up and make a sandwich, because there's so darn many of them. And so mail lends itself to people who are able to make decisions, right? So your advertising on digital will go away if everyone who it's shown to ignores it. Direct mail forces engagement with a decision maker who has to make a decision. Think about that. The average consumer sees thousands of digital ads in a single day, but only receives a few pieces of marketing mail. Through physical contact, it's another thing. It's in your hand, which actually connects with your brain. If you show me, if I'm holding a postcard and says, new model year, come take a test drive, there's a sense in which my brain interprets that as my new car already, because I'm touching it. It's amazing. So mail stands out. It delivers a tangible, meaningful experience that is free of distractions. Okay. So what can you do with digital? Well, it's helped take mail, and I would say direct mail can take digital to a new level. That is much more true than the other way around, I would say. Okay, so physical campaigns are now data driven at every level. Now this does also bother me because it isn't as if Jim has somehow invented direct mail analytics. Again, I always recommend Scientific Advertising by Claude Hopkins, available at scientificadvertising.com, where Claude Hopkins explains in 1923, 100 years ago, he explains that the data behind advertising creative and creative copy and copy that works is from the direct mail industry, that he's borrowed it from the direct mail industry, that they've been doing data-driven decision making for 50 years before he ever found out about it. And so obviously this is not new in mail, and maybe people who are selling mail want you to think that this is the new thing. I first heard about integrating direct mail and Facebook and Google Ad Network, I don't know, 10 years ago at least. And I can probably bring up 5 or 6 companies that'll do this for you if you're looking for that. So it isn't like these guys have a monopoly, but it's good to see articles that talk about it. Okay, what are ways that direct mail can be integrated into a digital campaign? Well, Amazon mails a gift book, and it doesn't have any pricing in it if it's the same this year. That's what it was last year. And so you had to click a QR code, and once you click that QR code, instead of a matchback or a lookup, now if it's a personal URL, which I'm assuming it is, but I haven't. My kids are grown up, and I don't order from Amazon, so I didn't get one. But with a personal URL, which I talked about yesterday. Go back to yesterday's show. But there are other people that'll do that for you too. Talk to your printer. There's a lot of tools that everybody offers a few of them, but very few people offer the whole package. But there's a tool that allows you to track the clicks and track the phone calls and know instantly that it was generated by that direct mail piece. Okay, so how can it add value to an existing direct mail campaign? This is the part I like. Digital channels tend to be cost efficient with regard to impressions and frequency, but often struggle to stand out and deliver sufficient reach. Plus, a lot of the clicks you might get are bots. On the other hand, physical mail has the potential to deliver total market coverage. That's what Andrew was talking about. With you can mail right around your customer that you're working on right now. And Teradell's study found, and it doesn't link to the study, unfortunately, that multi-channel advertisers averaged 38 more conversions with only a 14% budget increase. Digital mail work better together. Absolutamente. Okay, so no likes. You're going to hit the share. You're going to hit the share button so your connections on LinkedIn get to see the same thing that you do. Why not do that? Why not? Why not give them access? Have a great day. Like and share. Share.